My name is Bill Harbor, and this is the first of, I hope, many vlogs detailing our flying adventures revolving around our 1963 Cessna 172D. I also want to give the non-pilot an idea of what it's like to own and operate a general aviation aircraft like the 172. I've loved airplanes all my life, but didn't actually become a licensed pilot until I was in my early 30s. Back then, renting an airplane was barely affordable, and when children came along, not affordable at all. Fast forward to the summer of 2019, and I'm looking at retiring in a few years and still dreaming of flying. Our situation had changed, and we, my wife and I, agreed that owning was the way to go if I got back into flying. First thing was getting the flight physical and biennial flight review out of the way. Second thing was finding the right airplane. Our first bird was a 1967 Cessna 150G. What a great little airplane. But we needed more room, and more room required more useful load. Enter November 2530 Yankee. N2530 Yankee is a 1963 Cessna 172D. It's powered by a 145 horsepower air-cooled 6-cylinder Continental 0300 engine. It's not a speed demon, but it's faster than the 150. My partner in this endeavor is my wife Cindy, and she does enjoy flying along with me. She's been my co-pilot since getting my ticket back in 1983. I'm also active in our 2 local EAA chapters. EAA members have helped me navigate getting back into aviation and have given me lots of advice about flying and owning an airplane. I just can't say enough good about the benefits of membership in the EAA. The legal max weight for the 172D is 2,300 pounds. Subtracting the weight of fuel and oil leaves about 660 pounds for carrying people and cargo. Plenty for just Cindy and I. The airplane holds 39 gallons of fuel. Fuel economy in a car is measured in miles per gallon, but in an airplane it's measured in gallons per hour. I flight plan for a burn of about 9 gallons per hour, but it's usually around 8 gallons per hour. How far can I go? Here I'm going to give you a little aviation 101. Pilots don't really think about how far we can go. We think about how many hours we can fly. All of those 39 gallons aren't usable for cruising. Some of it needs to be kept as a reserve, and about 4 gallons of it is considered unusual. It's a lot to consider, but it's just part of what goes into safely flying any airplane. The pilot's operating handbook for my airplane says I can fly for 550 miles for 4.2 hours at 75% power setting with no reserve. Would I fly for 4.2 hours with no reserve? Not only no, but heck no. For safety reasons, I'd probably not fly a single leg over 3 hours. How far I can get depends. It depends on the winds aloft, how high I fly, how fast I fly, and how good a job I do of leaning the fuel-air mixture. If I'm flying into a headwind, that 3 hours isn't going to get me as far as I would go if I had a tailwind. As I said, figuring all of that out is part of being a pilot. Avionics aren't the newest, but they work great. Someday I may be able to afford an all-glass panel, but for now I'll fly it as is. One thing about it I really love is the manual flaps. Just press the button and yank on the handle, simple and fast. One other thing I love is the cargo door. So easy to get access to the air behind the back seat and all things I need to do pre-flight and check oil. Both pilot and co-pilot seats are covered with a cheesy auto seat cover because the fabric underneath had worn or been degraded by UV. We'll eventually get around to getting those recovered when time and finances allow. I wish I could tell you how much it costs per hour to operate. I just don't keep up with that much detail, and to a point, I honestly don't really care. The money I spend on it is justified by the fact that I love flying. But I can say that, in my situation, owning is a much better and cheaper option than renting. The airplane is based at 2R5 St. Elmo in Mobile County, Alabama. 2R5 started life as an Army airfield during World War II. Well, that's about all for now. I won't be able to post regular weekly content here, but I will from time to time post videos and stills from our flying adventures. So stay tuned and please subscribe and leave your comments.